What if your future husband is already in your life, but you've been ignoring the signs from Allah? He could be someone you've seen before, someone Allah keeps placing in your path. But the signs aren't loud, they're subtle, divine, and easily missed. If you're waiting for Allah to show you your husband, this video might open your eyes, because the signs may already be around you right now. Stay till the end. What you learn could change your path forever. Have you ever wondered why you keep making the same dua for a righteous husband again and again? Days pass, months fly, and yet your heart keeps returning to the same prayer. You whisper it after every salah. You cry it in sujood. You ask it on sleepless nights. And deep down, you wonder, why does this one prayer never leave my heart? That's not random. That's not obsession. That's a sign, a gentle nudge from Allah, that what you're asking for may already be written for you. Because when Allah places a dua in your heart so consistently, He's not trying to torture you. He's inviting you into a deeper connection with His plan. Your repeated dua isn't a sign of delay. It's a sign of divine direction. You might feel like you're the one making the same dua. But what if the truth is, it's being placed on your tongue again and again, because it's tied to your destiny. Allah says in the Quran, "Call upon me, I will respond to you." Surah Ghafir. He didn't say He might respond. He promised. But what we forget is that sometimes the response is the repetition itself. The fact that your heart hasn't let go of that dua is a response. It means it still matters. It means the door is still open. Sometimes, when you're about to give up, the dua comes back even stronger. Out of nowhere, a thought pops into your mind. What if He's already written for me? What if Allah is just preparing me, or him, right now? And maybe that's exactly what's happening. Maybe you're not waiting for Him to appear. Maybe you're being softened, matured, and spiritually aligned so that when He does appear, you'll be ready. Not just to meet Him, but to recognize Him. That dua is shaping your soul. It's creating space for the very thing you're asking for. Each repetition is like watering a seed you can't see yet, but Allah sees it. And the moment it blooms, you'll look back and realize every tear, every whisper, every late night plea, it all mattered. So don't stop, don't doubt. That one dua you keep repeating may be the strongest proof that Allah has already chosen him for you. Because the heart that constantly returns to the same dua is often the heart that's closest to receiving its answer. Sometimes in life, you keep running into someone again and again in the most unexpected ways. You see them at the masjid, then again at a friend's wedding, then randomly online. You don't speak. You don't even know much about them. But somehow, they keep reappearing. Quietly, subtly, like a whisper from the unseen. And you wonder, is this just a coincidence? Or something more? Let's pause for a moment. As believers, we don't believe in randomness. We believe in qadr, divine decree. Nothing in your life is by accident. Not a meeting, not a conversation, not even a passing glance. Allah is Al-Latif, the subtle, and His signs are often hidden in the very things we overlook. When you keep encountering the same person in different settings, and it stirs something in your heart, don't be so quick to brush it off. Because Allah may be placing that person in front of you for a reason. It could be a test, it could be a sign, it could even be preparation for something written in your qadr that's still unfolding. You see, when Allah wants two people to come together, He doesn't always make it obvious. Sometimes He lets them drift close enough to notice each other, without fully connecting. And in that space of almost knowing, your soul starts to sense what your mind can't fully explain. You start asking questions. Why does this person keep appearing in my life? Why does my heart pause every time I see them? Why does this feel different from anything else I've experienced before? It's not always about love at first sight. It's about familiarity of the soul, the kind that feels like recognition even when you've never had a proper conversation. And sometimes, Allah shows you a person again and again, not to confuse you, but to prepare you, to show you that this person may play a role in your future, and that role is still being written. But here's the key. The signs from Allah are never meant to make you obsessive. They're meant to make you reflective. It's not about stalking someone online or building stories in your head. It's about asking yourself, why is this happening? And more importantly, what is Allah trying to teach me through this pattern? Maybe the person isn't the answer. Maybe they're the reminder to turn to the one who holds all answers. And yet, maybe, just maybe, they are the one. And Allah is simply showing you little glimpses, not to rush you, but to gently awaken your heart. So the next time you find yourself face to face with someone you've randomly met before, pause, don't jump to conclusions, don't jump to fantasies. Just turn inward and upward. Ask Allah, if this is from you, then guide me. And if it's not, then remove them from my path with ease. Because at the end of the day, only Allah knows what the heart cannot yet understand. And if that person is truly written for you, no matter how many times you almost meet, one day, by the will of Allah, it won't be an accident. It will be qadr fulfilled. There are some thoughts that don't bring chaos. They bring calm. And sometimes, thinking about a certain person doesn't lead to distraction or temptation. Instead, it brings a strange, beautiful stillness to your heart. Not butterflies, not obsession, just peace. Have you ever thought of someone, maybe someone you don't even know very well, and felt a deep inner calm wash over you? That isn't infatuation. It's something much more spiritual, much more sacred. Because when a thought brings you closer to Allah, not further, when your heart feels grounded, not restless, that's not your nafs speaking. That could be a sign. In Islam, we are taught that true love, the kind that pleases Allah, isn't loud. It's not reckless. It doesn't come with anxiety or guilt. It comes with sukoon, tranquility. Allah says in the Quran, and He placed between you affection and mercy. Surah Ar-Rum 30:21. But before affection comes, He says, so that you may find tranquility in them. That's the foundation. So when you think about someone and your heart feels calm, not anxious, not desperate, it could be because Allah is showing you a kind of peace you haven't felt elsewhere. Maybe He hasn't even entered your life fully yet. Maybe you've only observed Him from a distance. Maybe your conversations have been limited, respectful, brief. And yet, there's something about His presence, or even just the idea of Him, that makes your heart remember Allah, not forget Him. That's not ordinary. That's the kind of peace that only Allah can place between two souls. Because here's the truth. When Allah is guiding your heart towards something or someone, you won't feel rushed. You'll feel reassured. You won't be overwhelmed with doubts. You'll be wrapped in quiet confidence. And this calmness you feel? It may be a glimpse of the kind of marriage Allah wants for you. One built on inner peace, not external hype. So if thinking about Him makes you want to become a better Muslim, if His presence reminds you of your values, your modesty, your purpose, if you feel at peace, not because of fantasies, but because of faith, then maybe it's not just your heart. Maybe it's Allah comforting you, preparing you, guiding you towards something sacred. Don't chase the chaos of worldly love. Wait for the love that comes with calm, the kind only Allah can send. Because that deep peace you feel might just be your soul recognizing something your eyes haven't fully seen yet. And when Allah writes it, it comes with stillness, not storms. Have you ever noticed that sometimes everything in your life starts falling apart, except for one thing? You try to hold on to certain relationships, certain dreams, certain hopes, but Allah gently closes those doors one by one. It feels like rejection. It feels like loss. But what if it's actually a mercy? Because when Allah is preparing something beautiful for you, something pure and destined, He begins by clearing away everything else that doesn't belong. You may find yourself saying no to invitations. You may suddenly lose interest in people you once thought mattered. You might feel a heaviness when thinking about past crushes or relationships, and it's confusing. Why is everything being rejected? Why does nothing seem to fit anymore? The answer is simple, yet profound. Allah is saying, not this, not now. He is making space for what He has already chosen for you. This is a spiritual filter, a test of patience and trust. You see, when the wrong things keep slipping away and the right one keeps showing up in your heart, that's not a coincidence. That's a sign. It means Allah is protecting your heart from what is harmful. It means He is guiding you to what is best. And this, accept this. It's that feeling, that person, that dua, that hope, which stays alive no matter what. Maybe it's a name that keeps coming to your mind. Maybe it's a memory that brings a smile and a calm at the same time. Maybe it's a feeling of certainty you can't explain. Whatever it is, hold on to it, because Allah is teaching you to let go of everything else, to reject what doesn't bring you closer to Him, and to embrace what He has planned. This process can be painful. You might feel lonely, uncertain, or afraid. But remember, every closed door is a step closer to the one He has opened just for you. And when that moment comes, when the one meant for you finally appears, you will be ready. Your heart will have made space. Your soul will be prepared. Everything else will have been rejected, except this. And that this will be more beautiful than anything you ever imagined. So don't lose hope when things fall apart. Because sometimes rejection is the beginning of the greatest acceptance, the one Allah has already written for you. Trust in His timing. Trust in His plan. And keep your heart open for the blessing He is preparing. Quietly, patiently, perfectly. Have you ever prayed Istikhara and then started noticing the same signs again and again? It's not a coincidence. Istikhara is more than just a prayer. It's a conversation with Allah, asking Him to guide your heart and your path. When you sincerely make Istikhara, Allah doesn't leave you confused or lost. He begins to send you subtle signs, whispers of reassurance, gentle nudges from the unseen. You might see the same person's name repeatedly, hear a certain phrase in conversation, or feel a sudden calm when thinking about a decision. These repeated signs are Allah's way of saying, I'm here, I'm guiding you. But sometimes we overlook these signs because we expect big, obvious miracles. The truth is, Allah's guidance often comes quietly. It's the feeling in your heart that keeps pulling you toward something good. It's the gentle peace you feel when you remember that prayer. Your Istikhara is a bridge, connecting your worries with Allah's wisdom. So if you keep seeing the same signs after your Istikhara, don't ignore them. Take them as encouragement. Trust that Allah is answering you, even if the answers come softly. And if you're still unsure, keep praying. Keep asking Allah for clarity, because sometimes the journey to your destined partner is paved with these quiet, repeated messages. Listen carefully. Your heart already knows the way, and Allah's signs will keep coming until you do. Sometimes, when you feel like your prayers aren't answered or the signs aren't coming, it's easy to feel forgotten. You wonder, is Allah ignoring me? Have I been left alone? But the truth is, you're not being ignored. You're being tested. Allah tests those He loves the most. Tests are not punishments. They are opportunities. They shape your character, strengthen your faith, and prepare you for the blessings to come. When you're waiting for your future spouse, these tests might feel like silence. But that silence is powerful. It's a time for you to grow, to reflect, to become the person your future partner will be proud of. Remember, the best things don't come easy. They come after patience, after struggle, after trust. Allah says in the Quran, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease." Surah Ash-Shah. This ease is the reward for your steadfastness. So when it feels like nothing is happening, remind yourself, Allah is working behind the scenes. He is shaping your path, even if you can't see it yet. Every delay has a purpose. Every unanswered question is part of a bigger plan. And while you're being tested, don't lose hope. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep believing that the one meant for you is also being prepared. You're not alone in this journey. Allah's timing is perfect, and He never forgets those who put their trust in Him. So embrace the test with patience, knowing it is leading you closer to the most beautiful chapter of your life. Because you're not being ignored, you're being prepared. And soon, by Allah's mercy, you'll see the fruits of your patience, more beautiful than you ever imagined. You may not see it, you may not feel it, but deep inside, you're changing. You're becoming stronger, softer, wiser, and most of all, closer to Allah. All those quiet nights when you cried and no one knew. All those du'as you whispered with trembling lips. All those moments when you chose patience over complaining. They were not wasted. They were the seeds of your spiritual growth. Allah saw every single tear. He heard every silent prayer. And while you were waiting for something to change, you were the one being changed. You've started turning to Allah more than anyone else. You've stopped chasing people and started seeking peace. You've let go of temporary attachments and held tighter to your faith. That's growth. That's healing. That's a sign you're being prepared for something greater. Sometimes we think progress looks loud, like achieving big goals or making major life changes. But in the sight of Allah, real growth often happens quietly, when your heart begins to rely on Him more than this world. When your soul finds comfort in His remembrance, that's when you've truly grown. So don't underestimate your journey. Even if nothing looks different on the outside, your soul is glowing. Your patience is increasing. Your connection to Allah is deepening. And maybe, just maybe, this is exactly what needed to happen before He brings the one meant for you. You're not stuck, you're rising, silently, beautifully, spiritually. Maybe the reason you haven't met Him yet is because Allah is still writing your love story with care. He's not delaying it, He's perfecting it. Every unanswered dua, every silent tear, every moment of waiting, it's not wasted, it's working. Allah is preparing you and preparing Him. And when it finally happens, it will make sense. The timing, the tests, the signs, all of it. So don't rush what was written to arrive at the perfect time. Stay patient, stay connected to Allah, because love that begins with Him lasts forever. If this video touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more soul-nourishing Islamic reminders. Your journey matters, and we're here to walk it with you every step of the way. May Allah bring you the one who brings you closer to Him.